Namaste, yogis. Welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited that you're here. And today we have a beautiful flow for you. And I want to let you guys know I am an instructor at Open Arms Wellness Center in Oregon, Ohio. My name is Erika Marie, if you don't know me already. And I'm excited to bring this flow to you today. So let's get started. You're going to need no props today. And we're going to start in a nice, comfortable seated position. The only prop you may need is if you would like to elevate your seat. I often like to sit on a block or a pillow. It just gives my hips nice room to open. So go ahead, come into your comfortable seated position. I like to do cross-legged. If cross-legged position doesn't work for you, feel free to sit however feels comfortable for you, where you can keep your spine nice and tall. And we're just going to begin today by tuning in. So closing your eyes, feeling your breath traveling throughout the body. Always taking time in the beginning of our practice just to tune in, to feel our bodies, to feel our breath breathing us. Good. And go ahead and open your eyes. When you're ready, we're going to do some neck circles. So just begin to very, very gently circle your neck one direction. We're beginning to lubricate all of our beautiful cervical vertebra. And this is a good time to release the neck muscles as well. Good. Once you've gone one direction, go ahead and switch the other direction. Again, we're doing this very gently and slowly. We want to be careful with our neck. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and start flowing with our breath. So placing your right palm down, extending your left arm up over your head so your left bicep is over your left ear. We're breathing here, side bend. Inhaling into the rib cage on your left side. The entire left side body is opening and expanding. Beautiful. One more inhale here. Exhale, come up to center. Placing your left palm down, inhale, reach your right arm up overhead, placing right bicep over your right ear. And we're breathing into the length of our entire right side. Beautiful. Inhale, come up. Exhale, right palm down, left arm up overhead. Good. Inhaling up, exhaling, left palm down, right arm up overhead. Go ahead and flow a few more times at your own breath pace. We're opening our side bodies here. We often ignore our side bodies, so this is a beautiful time to just open them, give them some attention. Recognize that they're there and that we are three-dimensional beings. Beautiful. When you're ready, coming back to center, let's go ahead and bring our arms to cactus arms. And we're just going to simply rotate back and forth with our spine. So inhale to the right, exhale left. Inhaling to the right, exhaling to the left. Inhaling to the right, exhaling to the left. Good. Inhaling to the right and exhaling to the left. Go ahead and flow with your own breath pace a few more times. Again, we're lubricating all of our beautiful spinal vertebra and beginning to open up some energy centers throughout the spine. Good. Coming back to center. Let's release. So we're coming off of our props. If we're on a prop, coming out of our seated position, coming into all fours here. So once we're in all fours, begin to really lengthen the spine from the tailbone all the way to the crown of your head. We're breathing into the length of our torso here. Beautiful. When you're ready, walk your palms out about 6 to 8 inches out in front of you. Sending your hips back about 2 to 3 inches past your tailbone. We're coming into puppy posture or puppy pose. This is a beautiful asana to open up the underarm areas. And these areas are very important to keep open to help us from staying healthy, help us from being sick, help us to stay healthy. Beautiful. On your next inhale, walk your palms over to the right, twisted puppy pose, bumping your hips slightly to the left. Again, we're opening up our left underarm area a little bit more. You can allow your left ear to rest on the left upper arm bone, breathing into the length of the entire left side. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, walk your palms over to the left, bumping your hips slightly to the right, allowing the right ear to rest on your right upper arm bone, and we're breathing into the length of our right side. Allowing the right underarm area especially to open here, keeping our lymph nodes open to help us to stay healthy. Beautiful. Inhale, walk back to center. And when you're ready, on an exhale, we're going to walk back up onto all fours and then curl your toes underneath you. Maybe keeping that little toe off to the side, letting your hips sit down on your heels. And we'll add a little bit of movement into the chest. So right now we are in a toe squat, really releasing the soles of our feet. Let's add a little bit of movement to the chest. Let's bring our arms all the way up overhead. We're going to open up into a twist. Reach your left arm forward, right arm back. Inhale all the way back up to center. Exhale to the other side. Right arm forward, left arm back. Just a few more times here, staying with your breath. And you may close your eyes, just connecting with yourself, connecting with this twist. One more on each side. Coming all the way back up to center and release. Tabletop pose. Point the toes back. Maybe roll your ankles a few times. We're just getting into cat and cow. Palms under your shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, tailbone up. Exhale, reverse, broadening through your shoulder blades, letting your head be heavy. Keep going in and out of these two poses, cat and cow. Inhale, drop the navel, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine to the ceiling, sending your navel to your spine, tucking your chin into your chest. Just one more cycle here. Beautiful. Back to neutral tabletop pose. Walk your hands a couple inches forward. We're going to find our first downward facing dog. So lifting your hips up, moving any way that feels intuitive here. Don't worry about getting the heels to touch the floor. Let's bend our knees, really shoot the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Walking your dog out, keeping length through our spine and our arms. Beautiful. Let's go a little deeper into our hips. Reach your right leg up towards the sky. Bend your right knee. Open up your hip. Beautiful. Squeezing into the glutes. Good. Let's step the right foot a few inches behind the right wrist. So not all the way to the top of the mat. And go ahead and roll over onto the outer edges of both feet. So your toes are pointing to the long edge of your mat. Push into your left hand and reach your right arm up and over. And really press the feet into the floor to lift. And we're going to drop the left hip down to the floor, hanging out here for a stretch. As you reach your right hand toward your foot, you should feel a nice opening through the side of the waist into the hip. One more big breath here. Start to look down towards the floor. Bring your right hand down, and we're just going to pivot and step our right foot through in between the palms. Spin your back heel parallel to the short edge of the mat. Lift up into your warrior two. Front knee bends generously as you squeeze it open. And let's reverse left hand down, right arm up. Reverse warrior. Big side body stretch. Inhale, warrior two. Let's straighten the front leg. Bring your back toes in a couple inches. Triangle pose. Send the hips back. Reach your right hand forward. Right palm to the right shin. Left arm up. Beautiful stretch here. I love triangle pose. Start to look down towards the mat. Bend into your front knee. Three-legged dog. Press your palms down. Re-extend your right leg all the way up towards the sky. Bend the knee. And let's find our pigeon pose. Bring your right knee behind your right wrist. Lift and reach the left leg back. Squaring the pelvis here. So we're walking our back knee back without sliding on the kneecap. And you may just hold up high on your pigeon pose, or if you would like, you can fold down. 3 deep breaths here, trying to relax the shoulders, breathing into the hips. One more big inhale. And instead of going back to downward dog, we're going to transition into our tabletop pose. Maybe just stretch the back leg out behind you, rocking back and forth. Good. Let's just transition into a little puppy pose. Walk your hands forward about 6 to 8 inches, sending your tailbone back. 2 to 3 inches past your knees, relaxing the chest down towards the mat, stretching through our upper back and shoulders. And let's walk the hands in, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under, lift the hips up and back. Let's find this sequence on the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip. And we're going to step our left foot now behind the wrist, so not all the way to the top of the mat. Roll onto the pinky edges of the feet so that your 10 toes are pointing out towards the left side of the mat. And reach out long, bicep is over the ear. Push into your right hand and see if you can push into your feet as well to lift your hips up even higher. And we'll stretch through the outer glutes. Start to let your hips come down. Reach your left hand down. You should feel a nice opening through the side of the waist and the hip. And start to look down towards the floor. So step your left foot forward between the palms. Spin your back foot parallel to the shorter edge of your mat. And rise up, warrior two. Palms facing down, long through the arms. Let's reverse. Right hand down, left arm up. Back to warrior two. Straighten the left leg. Bring your back toes in a couple inches. Triangle pose. Stretch out long. Looking down to the mat, 3-legged dog. Plant the palms, reach your left leg up and back. Last time here, bend the knee. Open the hip into the pigeon pose. Left knee behind your wrist. Stretching out the back leg, so walking your back knee back without sliding on the kneecap. Squaring the hips. And maybe holding up or folding forward in your pigeon pose for 3 breaths. And instead of going to downward dog, we're going to lift back up, tabletop pose. And we'll take our puppy pose, but just adding a little bit of a different arm variation. So walk your arms forward, and maybe you stay here, or if you would like, you can press your hands together, bend your elbows, and bring your thumbs towards the back of your head or the back of your neck. This just gets a little bit deeper of a stretch into the shoulders. If it's too much for you, please place your palms back to the mat and just take regular puppy pose. Either way, we're melting our hearts down towards the earth. Straighten your arms, start to walk your hands in, and come to take a seat in any way that is comfortable for you here. And once you're in your seated position, let's extend our right leg out long, bending the left knee. So our left foot is in, our right leg is out. Beautiful. We're just going to do a side bend. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale, grabbing the inside of your right leg or foot. Extending the left arm up overhead. Breathing into the entire length of your left side. Good. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. We're placing our left palm behind the left sit bones. Inhale, reaching the hips up to wild thing. You can extend your right arm behind you. Beautiful front body stretch. Good. Exhale, the sit bones down. Let's bring our right heel in, left foot out now. Same thing on this side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, grabbing somewhere on the inside of your left foot or left leg and reaching the right arm up overhead, placing your right bicep over your right ear. And we're breathing into the stretch. Good. Let's inhale, come up. Exhale, place your right palm behind the right sit bone. Inhale, arms. Your left arm up, your hips up. Wild thing. Beautiful front body stretch. Right arm can be behind your head. And we're breathing. Good. Let's exhale our sit bones back down to the mat. Good. Coming into Baddha Konasana, supported bound ankle pose. So bringing your soles of your feet together when you're ready. And just breathing into the stretch. We're just going to sit up tall here. Nothing major. If you would like to fold forward, you can, but some of us can just stay up tall. Good. Let's release that, bringing our knees back together. Go ahead and just windshield wiper the knees back and forth for just a moment here. Lubricating those hip joints. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and come down onto our backs. And we're going to take a bridge pose. So go ahead and place your feet about 2 to 3 inches away from your sit bones. Pressing down into your feet, into your palms, the backs of your shoulders, and the back of your head to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. So we're pressing down to lift up, using those opposing energies to our advantage. Good. Inhale. As you exhale, lower down one vertebra at a time, all the way down to the mat. Beautiful. Allowing your tailbone to touch last. Good. When you're ready, we are going to extend our legs out long and just go ahead and windshield wiper the feet in, out, giving our hip joints a little bit of lubrication once again. Good. Let's bend our knees one more time. Bring our knees together, our feet together, and just lazy windshield wiper our knees back and forth, loosening up the waist. When you're ready, bringing your knees back up to center, and we're just going to allow our knees to fall apart from here and gently bring them back together, very lazily allowing them to fall apart from each other and gently bringing them back together. So we're thinking about the concept of effortless effort here. We're not forcing any movement right now. We're just allowing movement to happen. Go ahead and continue this lazy butterfly wing motion a few more times. Good. Once you find your knees back up at center, keeping them there for a moment. And then we're going to allow our feet to go to the outer edges of the mat. So sending your feet to the outer edges of your mat. And we're lazy swinging our knees over to the left, allowing one knee to fall to the midline of the body, the other knee to fall off the mat. Good. And then lazy swinging the knees over to the right. Same thing on this side. And go ahead and continue this motion back and forth a few more times. So we just released the inner thighs, the inner hips with the butterfly wing motion. Now we're releasing the outer hips with this motion. Beautiful. When you find your knees back up at center, go ahead and keep them there. And when you're ready, let's extend our legs out long for shavasana, final resting pose. So we're lying here, our palms are facing up. We can have our heels in, toes out, just lying completely limp, completely letting go, even if it's just for these next few moments that we have together in shavasana. Beginning to recognize and witness all of the areas where your body is touching the mat or the floor right now. Maybe that's your heels, the backs of your calves, the backs of your thighs and your hips, the length of your spine from the tailbone all the way to the crown of your head, the backs of the hands and the arms, the backs of your shoulders, the back of the head. Just gently feeling wherever your body is touching the mat or the floor and allowing yourself to just completely relax into all of these supports. These are all of your supports. So we're allowing ourselves to be supported by releasing all of these muscles into the earth, into the floor or the mat. Beautiful. Then bringing some awareness to your facial muscles, allowing your jaw to relax, teeth apart, lips barely touching, allowing your eyes to rest heavy, and enjoying these next few moments in shavasana. I'll allow you now to just relax. Beautiful. Beginning to wiggle fingers and toes, rolling ankles and wrists. If you would like to stay in shavasana and you are at home, feel free if you have time. Otherwise, let's begin to bend our knees, rolling onto the right side of our body and pressing ourselves up into a comfortable seated position of our choice. Good. Bringing our palms together at heart center. Take a smooth, long inhale and exhale out through your mouth. Inhaling. This time as we exhale, we bow forward in Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I am so grateful that you chose to practice on my YouTube channel. If you liked this video, please do subscribe. It's basically the YouTube currency. It helps me reach more beautiful people like you. It's totally free to subscribe. If you would like to see more videos like this, I highly recommend that you do so. I'm so grateful again for your presence, and I hope you have a great day wherever you are in the world, yogis.